It's a unique upgrade. Gearing.
Which one? Mad Dog?
Yeah.
Okay.
Radar Yu Yang.
Battle starts.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, warshippers of all ages, welcome to the top of the winners bracket here in King of the Sea 14 in North America. It's day 5 of the tournament. 2 teams have never lost a match, and here we are. So let's have a look at the 2 teams that have fought to get to this point of the tournament. 07 here spawning in the green, devastating strike, an ex-champion. They have bringing St. Vincent, Kremlin, Des Moines, Moskva, Nevsky, and Petra. That is a whole lot of long-range radar. Fronted by Gearing, Marceau, and Ragnar. And as my illustrious co-caster was pointing out, Mad Dog's Gearing here is a legendary upgrade Gearing, unique audio, so he has very low detection.
That's
what do we
right.
got for ELSR, Zath?
ELSR. Also, undefeated, working their way up to this point. Very impressive accomplishment for both teams. Is bringing St. Vincent and Kremlin, Venezia, Nevsky, Petropavlovsk, Stalingrad, Radar Yu Yang, Ragnar, which also has radar, and Marceau. So we're seeing quite a bit of 12-kilometer radars on both teams.
We are indeed some early fire going back and forth there between Peach's Stalingrad and Ace's St. Vincent there. Not a lot of damage. A little surprising maybe to see Peach's Stalingrad that far forward, right? Stalin, of course, a little squishy in the side and certainly not the stealthiest cruiser in the game.
Yeah, so he's in a position kind of... This is what we used to do in clan battles, right? You turn the ship around so that it can just W out of trouble, and you have it slowly back its way in towards the B cap. Now, if you look at your radar circles, that position completely covers all of the Bravo cap with radar. So Peach is in position to radar anything that goes in. Look at Shikori Kuri's Ragnar.
Yeah.
Equally in position to do the exact same thing. And as a matter of fact, his radar also covers all of the B cap. So they're trying to trap whatever destroyer goes into B cap. But this is 07. They don't usually fall for traps like that.
Both teams going for a double radar cover at B early as the first radar of the game being popped over here by the A cap by Oxymoron's Nevsky. Cloaked in smoke laid for him by his teammate. That's Mad Dog's Gearing.
Yep, your typical Nevsky Gearing Death Snail over at A.
Mm-hmm. Tian Yang does manage to sneak out of that radar, but not before losing about 10 to 15% of his health pool there.
What I think
Some more
is
torpedoes coming in.
really interesting, though, Raptor, is the fact that both teams are not putting the bulk of their forces at Alpha. Look at where the bulk are going.
Nope.
They're going to the 910 line.
That's right. Now, the 910 line play for a long time in competitive, certainly we saw it very commonly on the EU, and then we saw some of the NA teams make this style of push, and we haven't seen much of it in this event so far, but both teams opting for it here today in the winners bracket final.
Both Ragnars butt touched each other at Bravo, and so they both opened up, and Shikori Kukuri is definitely worse for wear in this because Peach's Stalingrad was turned around.
Yep.
Bad timing.
Yep, Kukuri coming off worse for this exchange, down to about half health, burning a heal here. More St. Vincent shells falling in. Not catastrophic damage, but definitely not the sort of thing he's going to be excited about. We're not even 4 minutes into this game.
Oh, absolutely, right. He's already burned one of his heals. So that's going to allow 07 to just kind of walk into B whenever they feel like it.
Have a look at A. We're about to have another bit of a destroyer clash here between Tian and Mad Dog. Tian gets spotted. Radars. Now Mad Dog is lit. Tian's going to try and got to get out of the spotting range. There he goes. But Mad Dog is detected. Going to be in that radar for a bit.
That's right. And of course, we got a Venezia that's just, here comes the slap, perhaps.
Here comes the Venezia shells.
Nope.
Nope. Not at that angle. Not with that dispersion. And so Mad Dog racing north. Tian reversing, trying to keep him in that radar as long as possible. No, really not much damage out of that radar there.
No, Mad Dog with some really good handling of his destroyer.
Now the question becomes, if Tiantian's going to be able to pick up A before Mad Dog gets back in there. There comes a Nevsky radar. That's going to push Tiantian back off the cap, I suspect.
And he's going to get reset here, I think.
He's definitely going to get reset, and he's going to have to bail out of there.
And he's off the cap now.
Got another radar. That's Peach's Stalingrad radar picking up Tuna Can's Ragnar at B, driving him back off the cap. So a lot of cap defense here early.
Well, you say that. 07 is picking up C for free with their Marcel.
Yeah.
Boom Diata.
I was just about to point that out, right? Boom Diata got into a bit of a gunfight over on the 10 line with Quincy's Marceau, and then immediately rotated to the C cap. 07's probably going to be able to pick this up and start ticking up some points gains, which not insignificant. We're 5.5 minutes in, and we're still sitting at 300 points apiece.
Absolutely. At this point, Raptor, who would you say is trading better?
I mean, mathematically, it's close enough that it's not. If there's any advantage, it's very slight. Although Ace just took a couple of deep water torpedoes there. I would have said that 07 was trading better, but as I look, I'm not necessarily convinced of that now.
And that was the point I was trying to make when I asked you that question. I felt the same way. As Tiantian is, he tried to get back in the cap, wasn't able to do so. That unique upgrade gearing, having that slight spotting advantage coming in
about
clutch.
about 200 or 300 meters here, and Mad Dog is playing that gap to perfection. As 07 does pick up A, they're well on their way to picking up C. They should be able to get it here. There we go.
And Tuna is in B.
From a trading perspective, Zath, I really feel like 07 is doing a better job of managing the health pool on the critical ships they need to control caps now.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Now take a look at B. As you're saying that, Tuna Can...
As I say this, I just looked over at Tuna Can like, wait, what happened here?
Been a bit of a Ragnar and Ragnar duel.
Yeah. Both these Ragnars beating the crap out of each other. Kukuri going down.
There it is. First blood, 07.
First blood going to 07. That's a big kill. That's basically going to leave them in full control of the B cap, although Tuna's burning.
10 seconds.
10 seconds. I think he's going to make it. He's going to be very, very low.
Yeah, he's going to mash all the keys right now.
Yep.
There's the heal. He's fine.
Whoa. He gets to the heal, then he gets to the repair. Goodness gracious. So the Ragnar duel at B goes to 07 as they go up a ship and up a cap here as the fight over A continues.
Yeah, it felt like 07 had help in that duel, whereas ELSR did not.
Well, they didn't, right? Because once they pulled Peach back over here to his position at C, it was just Ragnar on Ragnar, basically.
Oh, now, BFK goes down.
Where was
from
he?
Peaches.
Oh, he was the Petro.
Yeah,
right,
from Peaches Stalingrad.
Right.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Caught him broadside almost. Well, enough
certainly
to pen.
caught enough of an angle to get pins on him. So that I'm guessing that's why they repositioned Peach over here.
As now we see Quincy going into C cap, although he's detected, so I doubt he's going to be able to grab it.
He's lit. It's a question of how much cover he can get from this island. Let's see what he can manage. He's dark now. This is a cap that AP badly needs. They have not owned a cap that they haven't owned a cap yet. They've contested A a little bit, but they have never actually owned a cap circle. Grass-fed Fred back there. I love the name. His radar is out of range of picking up Quincy. It's offline anyway.
Big hit
he
on
just
him,
took a
though.
good salvo.
Yeah.
I think that was Steven St. Vincent,
Yes,
maybe?
I think so too. I saw the shells come in.
Now, the impact of losing the Ragnar at B, Kukuri's Ragnar, is going to be felt here shortly because it's going to allow 07. Now they can pull Tuna Can completely off the B cap and do different things with him. That's going to give them an additional radar to really mess up Tantan's day at A, although Tuna Can actually pulling north. I kind of expected them to move him maybe down here to the south end of this island in about F4 to use that radar.
So here's the thing. He's out of heals. So I think they're looking at him and saying, we don't want to risk, 5,000 damage goes pretty quick. once you're
Yep.
spotted in that ship. So
Nope. That's reasonable.
play it safe.
AP now putting everything into this push up the 9-10 line. Like, this is the play for them. They have to make this work.
You mean ELSR? And yes.
Thank you. Sorry.
It's okay.
We cast so much of them yesterday, I got them backwards. Oh, man, is it day? It's the first game of the day.
It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, we're
Yep.
watching this push up the 10 line here. Kremlin going up too. John the Ruthless is probably going to be okay. He's able to mitigate any sort of Kremlin shells by hiding behind that island, and that's huge. Hu Tao, though, I don't know. He's healing now.
Tao's he's very exposed, and he's in a 3v1, whereas John is really only in kind of a 2v1.
Right.
I don't know. It's going to be dicey.
Peyton just
The
punches some shells right through in the front with his Kremlin.
Something wrong's Nevsky's now sneaking around the island. He's going to have shots to pitch into John. So now maybe trying to take some of the pressure off of Hu Tao by offering John a different target.
If that's the case, I would have thought he'd come out broadside. He didn't. He took the time to turn before getting in position to shoot.
But there goes Hu Tao.
And there's the trade.
So they trade there. Moskva and Petro dying literally simultaneously. As now something wrong, kind of a bit exposed over here. Not in a place I'd want to be, although the island is probably going to give him nice cover. This island here blocking most of that incoming Kremlin fire. Hang on a minute. I'm checking on something.
Nope, I know. I'm watching. I get it. So while you're doing that, I'll take over for now. But
Yeah.
Peyton is. It's interesting. Peyton is kind of putting himself in a position to potentially W straight into the sea cap. He probably realizes Oguri Cap's Kremlin is going to come around the corner, so he does not want to give him broadside, figuring he'd probably be better off just trying to punch Peach in the face a few times.
Seems likely. We're over a 270-point lead now for 07. They had a ship lead for a while. Ships are even. They've been ticking up 2 caps for a while as Tiantan's Yang now coming under a tremendous amount of threat. I think they're going to lose this ship, Zath.
Yeah, he's not looking too good. Now, Oguri Cap's Kremlin is coming under withering fire as well from the Marceau and torpedoes. Some well-placed torpedo salvos here. That's going to definitely slow down. Oh, Quincy! Look at Quincy at sea!
Yep, Quincy. I wondered when Peyton made this move.
Oh, denied!
Not denied.
Ooh.
Quincy gets the torpedoes off.
Not enough,
So
though.
it's not a dead Kremlin, but it sure is a really, really beat up Kremlin.
Wow.
I was wondering when I saw Peyton make this move, Quincy was lurking over here in this little gap. I was wondering if he was going to make the rush, and he did. Able to put in good damage, but not get the kill.
Yeah. But very good decision making, though. Realizing he's probably going to die, get the torps out.
The enemy is about to win.
So now Peyton burning here. His DCP 16 seconds away. I don't think he's going to live to see it. His next heal is a very long way off.
Mm-hmm.
Some Stalingrad HE will finish him here. And there it goes.
Is. I'm very
Stupid
confused.
mouse. Something
wrong has turned back in towards the Kremlin. I would have thought he'd continue up the 10 line to get in the backfield.
I think maybe at this point they're going to pull Oguri back and let the Nevsky screen for those destroyers.
Sure.
But at this stage of the game, Zath, if you look at the health pools, they're still fairly even.
Yeah.
But I still feel like 07's board position is stronger to close the game out.
Stephen St. Vincent is coming under sustained fire from both Oxymoron's Nevsky and Grass-Fed Fred's Des Moines.
Yep. Only one surviving battleship here for ELSR, and 07 trying to focus it out.
No, the Kremlin's alive too.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's 07 that's down a
07,
battleship.
that's right. I know, right? It's
Yep, my bad.
yeah. No, it's all good. But I mean, Stephen's coming under just constant withering fire here. Let's see the salvo. Decent
They're
hit
gonna
on
get him,
grass.
Zath.
Oh yeah, they're gonna
He's
get him.
burning. Too many fires, too many shells. Really nice job of focusing him out.
Yep. But you know what?
Now
though?
they only have one battleship left.
Yeah. You know what though? He went out with no heals remaining, which means he
Yeah.
used every last hit point at his
Yeah.
disposal. So
He soaked up a ton of pain.
Something to be said for that.
90 seconds on the game. 90 seconds from an 07 win, I should say, as it looks as if Peach is going to use this little channel here on the eastern edge of the B cap to try to break into the cap.
That's really the only way back in, as Professor Luger in the Venezia takes a torpedo. He's at 16 hit points south of A.
16 HP.
16 HP.
Holy cow.
I'm surprised.
No heals left.
He's got a smoke.
He has the smoke. Why not use it?
I don't know why he's not making inky.
Why would you? Wow. I'm not sure why you wouldn't use the smoke right there. I mean, the shells may have already been in the air, but at least make the attempt.
They weren't. He took that. He took that torpedo, pop the smoke, use your inky, and then maneuver and try to run. I think he was too busy thinking, I'm about to die. Let me get my torps off and try to do something.
Could be 10 seconds now from an 07 win here in game 1. I think they've got this one in the bag, Zath.
I think so too.
There it is.
There it is.
07, 1 win closer to their quest to reclaim the King of the Sea crown here on North America.
That's right. That's right. Fantastic battle. I gotta say.
Oh yeah.
The one thing that has my head scratching is that Nevsky. I felt like there were 2 cases where maybe ELSR was being a little bit too cautious with that ship, and as a result, they weren't able to, utilize essentially his hit points for tanking and rotating through the damage like we had talked about earlier in the match.
You mean the one on the 10 line?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I think for me, the play that I look back at and I find is a bit of a head scratcher was the decision to pull Peach's Stalingrad kind of off the B cap, right? Because then you sort of left the Ragnar, and that was Kukuri. You left him basically in kind of a 2v1. He took a position where the Des Moines off to the north wouldn't have shots, but he was still under the radar. Right. He still could be radared by both ships. So I don't know. That's a tough call.
It
but
is.
I feel like that loss spiraled in a way that the game kind of got out of their hands.
Fair enough. Well, let's hear what the guys back in the studio have to say about this battle.
General quarters.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Game 2 of 07 versus ELSR. Here we go. My map, Sea of Fortune. ELSR is bringing Ohio, St. Vincent, Venezia, Moskva, Nevsky, and 4 destroyers. Radar, Yu Yang, Ragnar, another Ragnar, and a Gearing that is unique upgrade. Raptor, what do we got for 07?
That is a whole lot of radar on that ELSR team.
Oh, yeah.
Opposing them from the south, 07 looking for a second win in the series, fielding St. Vincent and Kremlin. Double Salem, we saw them do this yesterday in their game against 007. Goliath, Petro, and then opting for a 3 destroyer setup here. Gearing, Shimakaze, and Tunican once again in the Ragnar, headed right here to be once again where we saw him play this position yesterday in the match against 00.
Something I want to just comment on, I just noticed this. John the Ruthless and Grass-Fed Fred are both running outnumbered as a commander skill.
Interesting. That is curious.
Right?
The Moskva of Hutau spotted early, taking a little bit of early fire here. Kremlin and Petro shells falling in. Taking a few bounces, some overpens there. Nothing seriously problematic. He's dark again.
Right.
Now, we mentioned it yesterday, and maybe if you missed the cast yesterday, it's worth mentioning again, right? The four cap configuration of Sea of Fortune plays a little differently than the other 3 cap maps in the rotation. Because there are 4 caps, the 2 teams start at 200 points apiece instead of 300, and the individual ticks on those caps are spaced farther apart, but they are worth more points. So a tick off of a cap on Sea of Fortune worth 4 points every 9 seconds, as opposed to 3 points every 6 seconds on a typical 3 cap map.
Got it. And then, of course, in this case, 07 grabbing the B cap, their home cap earliest, causes them to tick up points into the lead.
Yep, starting out to a lead there, pushing SAT score Shima through the B-cap, backed up by Dolphin Princess's Goliath and Fred's Salem. A little bit of early radar action here from Hutao's Moskva, picking up Tuna Can. I think it was just an info radar. There's nobody really near a cap circle.
My guess is he just wanted to see who he's up against.
Yep. Right now, that radar only finding the 2 ships, the Petro and the Ragnar, there south of Sea. All of the 07 forces over on the 8-9 line, well outside that radar range. The LSR, though, setting up for what should be, what looks to be a big push down this 9-10 line, Zath.
Yeah, and let's see if they can continue that push or if they will be blunted by Mad Dog's torpedoes, Oxymoron's Salem, and it's Ace Baby's St. Vincent.
Luger's Yu Yang putting up his radar, not finding anything yet, but he's about to stumble across Mad Dog's gearing as he heads south. Right there's contact.
Just as radar ended, but next radar up.
There comes Kikuri's radar, so now it's a 3v1 for Mad Dog.
This could be catastrophic for him.
It could be. It's going to be a question of can he salvage his ship out of this well-crafted ambush that ELSR has laid for him. It's not looking good, is it?
Big hit on Mad Dog right there.
Big Venezia salvo coming in, but man, there's another radar. Mad Dog cannot possibly escape with all of this radar, smoke or not, and it's not. Doesn't manage it.
There it is. First blood this game going to ELSR. Wow.
Yep. Textbook destroyer assassination there. A 4-on-1 with 3 destroyer radars right on top of him. Mad Dog nowhere to go.
That's right. Now, for those wondering about outnumbered, that gives the ship 8% additional speed and 10% better main battery dispersion when you are outnumbered.
But that's when there are more enemy ships within your base detection radius, I believe is how it's worded, Zath?
When there are as many or more visible hostile ships than allies within the ship's standard main battery firing range.
Main battery range?
Yes.
Okay, so it's not detection radius. Okay.
That's correct.
Well, certainly an impactful play there from ELSR, getting a destroyer off the board right away. That's going to really change the complexion of this eastern half of the map as 07 gets into sea. They're going to start picking up some points as quick as they can.
Now,
are they?
The question I have is, are they going to push or are they going to just sit?
It's a good question, Zath. It feels to me like maybe they're pushing here up the 2-3 line. Do you see this?
Oh, big hit on Oxymoron Salem from downtown. That was the Moskva Hutao.
Yeah, Hutao's been looking for that shot for a while. He had at least one citadel earlier. The Venezia picks off Oxy.
Peach with his scout plane up, arcing those shells right over the island. Beautiful shots.
Already 2 ships down, 07. We're not even 6 minutes into this game. SAT score and Tiantian now having a bit of a duel over here on the 1 line.
I like how you and I both switched to the other side at the same time.
Yeah, I went to look. I saw that push kind of forming up, and I was like, all right, well, this is interesting because we didn't see them make this play against 00 yesterday, but then against 00 yesterday, the game developed much slower, and they didn't feel the need for it. Here, I think maybe they're realizing, the eastern flank is basically lost. We better make something happen on the western flank.
Sure. Grass-fed Fred just got whacked by Stevens, Ohio in his Salem as he moves up. He's kind of in trouble. I think he might need to wait for Dolphin Princess to take over some of the tanking.
Well, he's got his fancy heel available and ready whenever he wants to push the button, but he hasn't pushed it yet. I'm a little surprised by this. Here comes another Ohio salvo.
Is it possible?
I think it's time. There he goes. I was kind of like, that Ohio salvo had, there he goes. Like, they're the Citadel. I was going to say the Ohio salvos have the potential to end him. Why would you risk it without having pushed the button? Just like that, 07 down 3 ships, 7 minutes in.
Maybe he was trying to maximize outnumbered.
Did he have outnumbered on the Salem?
He did. He had outnumbered on the Salem. I just took a look. Yep, both he and John the Ruthless and the Petro.
Really curious.
Yeah.
Well, 07 in desperate need of a kill, not for any points reason, although they could use the points, but more because they really need to start trying to level the playing field in terms of firepower. They're 3 ships down, and they could really use something to go their way this game. Right now, everything coming up ELSR.
Yeah, SAT firing a torpedo salvo towards the general direction of TNTN's gearing. I don't think those have a chance of hitting anything, though.
No, I suspect the range isn't there because SAT's running 12-kilometer
Yep.
torps. He's now radared as he steps onto the A cap. It's going to be a question of whether or not, something wrong is going to move forward rather than backwards. That's going to allow him to just easily dodge these torpedoes, I think.
Yep. Peyton salvo coming in, though, on something wrong. Nope.
Nothing doing.
Yeah.
Question is, do these torpedoes have enough range to be a threat to Tantan? They do not.
No, and something wrong has his hydro up anyways. They were detected.
Ah, there you go. SAT pushed back off the cap, but he'll stop and reverse back in there in a moment. That'll give 07 a bit of a breathing room in terms of board control, but I think they're going to lose ace, Zath. It's obvious that down here along the eye line,
I was just about to mention Ace Baby currently being nibbled to death by cats with 3 destroyers firing at him, plus Moskva, plus St. Vincent.
Tunican's Ragnar coming in, trying to take some of the heat off of him and succeeding for a bit as Kukuri and Quincy both change their targets. Quincy actually getting low, his next heal 40 seconds away.
Yeah, he's got to back off.
It would be a big kill if they could pick that up, just be a big morale boost if nothing else.
Mm-hmm. Tunican Sam's engines are out.
He's still lit, is Quincy, 1,000 HP. Only a handful of shells would probably pick up this kill. He's dark now.
He's dark, but shells are in the air.
Well, we need one to connect, maybe? Nothing. Wow. Yep. Quincy's going to make it to his next heal.
Yeah, he hit the brakes. They flew right by.
Just barely. Ace printing a new ship down here on the eye line, continuing to run west. As now Tiantian's gearing, making a return play for the A-cap.
Yep. Peyton's got a wall of torpedoes coming up for him over at the 4 line.
Looks like he's going to take at least 2 of these up forward. Good gearing torps.
Yep, causes a flood. DCP out. Heal is not available for 60 seconds for Peyton.
Halfway mark of the game, and I'd say that we're looking very decisively at an ELSR lead here. They're certainly up on points, about 150 or so, and well ahead in terms of ships and health.
That's right. Dolphin Princess over at the A side coming under sustained fire from everybody as well. Dolphin, one of the slipperier players for 07, very good at dodging shells, playing super long range, and not dying.
Very much so. I feel like, Zath, the loss of the Salem over here,
Oof.
I mean, obviously made a big impact, but I mean, if they could have gotten the Salem up to this island in, what is this, maybe about D3, like somewhere in here where even your little short range radar would have allowed them to defend that cap. They get Tuna Can.
Yep.
Just everything going wrong here for 07.
So if you're 07, what do you do?
Honestly, plan for the next game.
I
mean, look at this. Huh? I mean, to me, you're 4 ships down, Zath. Maybe there's a way back, but I don't know what it is. What do you think? Do you see a way?
No, in my opinion, there's only one way at this point, and that is YOLO. Like, hit W, tell everybody just go in.
I mean,
do your trades, smack people around.
Even if you picked up 2 quick kills at this point, and damn, they're really close on Quincy. He's down to 193 hit points, and no more heals, I think, back there. Let me take a peek. Hard to tell at this range. Yeah, Quincy's on his last 193 HP.
He is. He is hiding behind the island, so as long as he's not radared, he should be okay.
Yep. But they're about to farm out John here, looks like. He's down to 15k and falling. He's burning a heal, going through a heal right now. SAT making another play for A there. Tiantian pushing in, picking him up with a significant health advantage there.
Oh, yeah.
Something wrong. Still has 2 radars left as well. So they're going to be able to defend this A cap.
The thing is,
If-
they don't need a counter push though.
No, they don't. But they're doing exactly what they need to do. Something wrong is hanging back.
Mm-hmm.
His radar, you can see it, covers the area it needs to cover.
Yep.
Basically, they're just right now. What I'm seeing ELSR do is we have a 200-point lead. We're not trying to win harder. We're going to protect what we have and play this out.
Well, yes. But that goes back to my comments about Tiantian. It feels like he's putting himself at pretty big risk here just to try to bully away SAT. But hey, SAT does go down.
It works. 07 down, yet another ship, losing control of the sea cap now. John almost off the board. 3K, his next heal 20 seconds away. He's not going to make it.
Wow.
They're going to pick up C. This might be a clean sweep for ELSR, Zath.
Yeah. Quincy just sitting back behind the island and lobbing shells at maximum range.
That's what I would do. Like, why put your why put your ship at risk if you don't have to? Why give the opponent
The enemy is about to
any
win.
any reason for hope if you don't have to?
Ace goes down to a torp.
Yep. The Yu Yang Torps finally claim ace. And what I want to give props to Luger here for this, right? Because a stern torpedo chase like this is one of the most difficult things to achieve as a destroyer. You have to have really long-range torpedoes to pull this off when a ship is running away from you to do this. And Yu Yang does, and Luger pulls it off. So very well executed.
Yeah, we're about to have a battleship duel over at Delta 5. This
Peyton
will,
stopped here as Steven charges in.
yep, this will probably end the match, depending on the
It's gonna-
results.
It's going to come pretty close, I think. I mean, he's obviously just going to try and move up here, go for the ram, and just get ships off the board.
Yep.
That's going to
That's a
leave
smart way to
Dolphin
do
as...
it.
Yep. Going to leave Dolphin as the last survivor of 07 here on Sea of Fortune. Pretty convincing win from ELSR, Zath.
I mean, they only lost one ship, so
And it was
yeah,
a ship that they chose to lose.
right? Pretty impressive.
Well, they didn't get here. You know, they didn't lose a match on the way, and it's obvious, you know,
Battle ends in
you can
5
watch a game
minutes.
like this and you see why they're here.
Absolutely, they've earned this spot just as much as 07. Dolphin now
100%.
1,000. Nope, here he goes.
That's the game.
And that's my death pick. Woo!
You and your fetish. I never understood it. ESLR with a convincing win here on Sea of Fortune in Game 2. We're absolutely going to see at least 2 more games of this series. I'm glad for it, too. These 2 teams are really, really fun to watch.
Oh, absolutely. I feel like we saw a different ELSR compared to the first game. Felt like
Very much
they were
so.
more confident in their placement and the way things were going to work. A couple things ended up well in their favor. Mad Dog getting radared and taken out, and then that Salem oxymoron going down as well just kind of left that door wide open for that push around that flank.
Yeah, losing that gearing right away just kind of hoses that entire flank the way they intend to set it up. So well executed to ELSR.
Yeah. All right, well, let's send it back to the studio and hear from our pros in Prague.
Action stations.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Game 3 of this winner's bracket final here in the North American branch of King of the Sea 14. We're bringing you ELSR spawning here in green versus 07 in the red off to the other side of the map. ELSR bringing a battleship lineup firmly approved by His Majesty King Charles III. That is double St. Vincent. Cruiser lineup, Des Moines, Moskva, Nevsky, Petropavlovsk, fronted by double gearing and a Ragnar. Zath, what has 07 got cooking at the south spawn?
Posing them to the south is 07. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, this is a best of 5. We have 2 games down. We are guaranteed another 2 more battles. This one plus 1 more. So we have Peyton in Conqueror, and we have a St. Vincent. So all 4 battleships are British in this battle. We have a Venezia, a Petropavlovsk, a Stalingrad, a Nevsky, and for destroyers, we have a Gearing, We have a Ragnar, and we have a Kleber. All gearings in this battle, Raptor, are unique upgrade gearings.
Mm-hmm. Rule Britannia intensifies, Zath. That's what I'm hearing right now.
Bum.
All right, so as we look at early deployments, it becomes very clear that both teams are placing a heavy emphasis on the ACAP. Of course, ACAP on Sleeping Giant no longer inside the Thunderdome, now just adjacent to it, off to the west. You can see 5 ships here from ELSR moving this direction, 4 ships from 07. This is going to be a rumble.
Yeah. Now, it's worth noting, 07 is actually opting for more of a, I guess you could say, balanced deployment. They're sending 4 assets, well, now I should say 3 assets towards Alpha. It looks like they're trying to trap whoever goes into B. They've got a Ragnar, Venezia, Stalingrad, and St. Vincent, all with guns looking.
We saw Tunacan make this play on Sleeping Giant yesterday, kind of lurking along the bottom end of the B cap, but right now he's not within radar range of the top end of the cap. And I don't even think there's so many radar circles, it's hard to tell. But yeah. John, if I'm reading this right, John the Ruthless's radar from his Stalingrad doesn't quite reach out as far enough to pick up that cap either.
It's about to get there, though.
Yeah, I think he's close.
There it is.
Okay.
Remember,
I see it now. Yep.
Yep.
This ring right here.
Remember, they don't get the access to that information in-game, so they have to kind of guesstimate by using their aim cursor, looking at the point, how far away am I from there?
Speaking of radar, a little bit of early information radar from Oguri's Petro north of A picks up Mad Dog's Kleber and BFK's Petropavlovsk, so they at least know the position of those 2 ships.
Yep, as Luger creates a death snail for Shokuri's Des Moines.
Good American smoke. Gonna smoke him over here to the 1 line.
We have another death snail going up on the C cap as well.
Gearing Nevsky pair, very strong all tournament. We see 07 doing the same thing here.
Oxymoron firing off his depth charges. Okay.
I've been seeing the 07 guys do that. Apparently Nevsky's got like bow hedgehogs or something.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't realize that until I started watching them play this tournament. I was like, oh, I didn't know that. Shows you how much I play Nevsky. 4 minutes in, still a very calm game. No one's even touched a cap circle yet for either team. A little bit of fire going back and forth, but so far, very static.
You're about to say that. Luger's going to take a torpedo in the face right there. From Mad Dog's Kleber.
That's a big French torpedo, too. That cuts Luger's HP in half as Mad Dog has to keep running south.
Yeah, but Mad Dog and 07 knows they got a torpedo hit on something. Clearly, it's the destroyer.
Yep, they know it's one of the destroyers. They can assume it's the gearing. One of the gearings based on that smoke. And Peach also coming under a lot of fire early here.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, who else are they going to shoot at? You've got Hu Tao behind the island. You've got Oguri behind the island.
Yep. They actually couldn't see anybody else. In fact...
Exactly.
There's not a single ship on the board. There we go. Hang on a minute. I'm trying to swap the views here. Yeah, it's hard to tell exactly who's visible.
07 can see nobody right now.
Yeah, 07 has no vision at all. This is what 07 sees, ladies and gentlemen, right here. They can't see anything. No vision.
And I remember back in the day, Raptor, when we could only see our team's vision.
I know. I just realized they changed these numbers too. It used to be one for green team, 2 for red team, 3 for everybody, and now they've moved them around. I was confused. That's why there was some confusion there, showing what I was trying to show.
It's okay, Raptor. Pepperidge Farm remembers.
That's right. Tunacan making a play here in a bit of a gunfight over at B, still well south of the cap, putting some damage into Quincy, taking some in return. Lots of shells coming in for Quincy now.
Oh, I think they kind of want to right the wrong from the last game and kill him this time.
Seems that way. Tunacan burning now, is burning and healing as he runs back farther south. Quincy
Yeah,
taking some more damage there from the Stalingrad HE.
I think he'll be okay. It's just, you know, he's going to be backed up for a bit. He's got 2 more heals available. Tuna Can
6
also.
minutes.
Sorry.
Go, Scott, go ahead.
Tuna Can also has 2 available. You were saying 6
Yep.
minutes, sir.
6 minutes in, and first cap now going to 07 as they pick up C. On the other side of the map, looks as if ELSR is eventually going to bag the A cap. They pushed Kukuri in there.
Yeah, I like that position. He's actually firing over the island right now
no.
at Peyton the Rock
Oh
Island.
no, have a look at Luger. Have a look at
I
Luger.
see it. I see it, yeah.
He sees the French torpedoes coming in, but he can't. Can he avoid them?
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
This is now the 3rd French torpedo salvo he's dealt with. The first one hit him on the face. Second one just a few minutes ago. Barely dodged that one, and this one too.
Brilliant ship handling there by Luger. They know he's there. I'm guessing Mad Dog has got to have radio location. Yeah,
Oh,
he
yeah.
does. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He knows he got a really good idea where to fire those torpedoes, and man, they move quick.
Well, and a player like Mad Dog is somebody who knows destroyers very well, right? So he kind of has a general idea of where to expect that gearing to go for smoke,
Yep.
for whatever.
You know, Zath, I gotta say, I feel like they may be missing an opportunity here,
Who-
because Luger 07.
Okay.
Although watch Mad Dog. Mad Dog is in trouble. Mad Dog is in real trouble.
Ah,
He's gonna take 2. Oh my goodness.
the ultimate payback.
What I was gonna say was, if you look at Luger's board position, right?
Mhm.
Imagine a Kleber pushing up into him, Zath, and it's not like the gearing can outrun him. Who's gonna throw shells to help him? Kukuri can't. The St. Vincent maybe, Oguri maybe, but goodness, if you could push up Conqueror, Venezia, Kleber, you possibly could have killed that destroyer, but instead, Mad Dog's out. Mad Dog's the first kill again.
Yeah, only Oguri could have probably accurately fired those shells.
Yep.
But you're right, the Des Moines couldn't.
No, Kukuri absolutely behind that island could have radared, but could not have provided any other support.
But it feels like the decision from 07 was not to push this particular flank and more just kind of let them push into them, because generally when you push on a map, then you have to trade hit points to gain board positioning.
It is, but I gotta say, I'm still a little shocked at how bold Luger's position is, Zath. I mean, he is well onto the 07 side of the map here, on the G line here.
Well, what's he afraid of right now?
Honestly, you're right. Really nothing. The Petro is too far away to radar him. They have no way to spot him.
Yeah. And they know he's down there.
Oh,
so, you know, I mean, Peyton's not going to spot him unless he opens up with guns. The only thing that can spot him is Tuna Can Sam, who is currently rotating towards Luger's position.
I'm noticing this. I think they're going to bring the Ragnar over and try to execute Luger if he can't get back north in time.
The gig
He's
is up.
going there now.
The gig is up. He just got radar detected.
Yep. They know Tuna Can is now off the B cap. That's going to free up Quincy to pick up B basically for free, although John Stalin position might have a say. No. He can't get guns back into the B cap.
No, but that does allow for Luger, like you were mentioning. He's turning back north already. See that? He's like, you know, not going to give it up.
Nope. Let's not get caught out here. There's no need for that. Quincy into the B cap. Radar now. Ace has got his guns looking that direction, but there's a big island in the way. I don't think he can get those shells onto the Ragnar. Somebody's getting resets.
Yeah,
That's BFK's
John.
Petro. Oh, was it?
John the Ruthless.
Oh,
is
John.
Stalingrad.
Oh, John moved. Oh, there he is. Yep, he moved up to get that shot.
Meanwhile, Peyton
Ace
is continuing.
I see why they put Ace in this position.
Yeah, why is that?
Look at, he's taking shots at Kukuri's Des Moines from here, and he's landing some of those shells.
Oh,
and of
wow.
course, those 457s can punch Des Moines right in the bow.
That's right.
Just like Bogsy was saying earlier.
Yep, he's popping back out again. He's getting ready for that shot. Kukuri's at 8,000 and falling. He must be on fire.
Just follow these shells in. BFK bags Luger.
That's huge.
That is huge. Luger played a very dangerous game, and it eventually caught up with him. St. Vincent shells from Ace not landing, but Kukuri very low.
Yeah,
Peyton
he's
also.
out.
Peyton's also getting focused, though.
Peyton's
Think they're
been
gonna
getting
pick him up.
focused.
Yeah, he's absorbed a ton of damage. He's down to literally, he's looking at his last heal in a Conqueror. But I
Yeah.
don't think he's going to live to see it.
In 20 seconds. The problem is who's going to shoot at him. Oguri's shooting at him now. Okay, he got the
Oguri.
kill. Yeah. With AP, it looked like into the superstructure.
Both teams on 2 kills apiece. 8.5 minutes to play. A very closely fought game. But at the moment, 07 pushed off all the caps, not ticking up any positive points of their own.
Right, and here comes some torpedoes from Luger on BFK. This might take one. He does in the butt. Forces DCP.
One on the stern. One on the stern there is now. Now I think they're going to try and focus Peach out.
Sure.
BFK's Petro, but man, this is going to be an uphill battle. How many
Well,
heals does Peach have left? Yeah, he's still got 2 left after this one.
The thing is, Dolphin Princess is in a position to turn north, and I think that's exactly what he's doing. Once they get his sap shells in range, they should be able to work down Peach pretty quick. Because sap will do a lot to that armor.
It's a 100-point lead now for ELSR. 7.5 minutes to play. 07 with no board control. Trying to find a way back into this game. I'm not sure it's going to be at A. Oguri's Petro is in a very commanding, strong position to defend that cap.
Well, I'm also not sure it's going to be at C because of how deep the 07 players are over there, ICT and Oxymoron.
Well, and I don't think it's going to be at B either because you've still got Quincy and Hu Tao, so you've still got 2 different radars able to cover the B cap.
Tunicam San on detection now from radar. Peach looking for the shot. He's going to get an AP salvo from BFK for this trouble.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Peach flubs the entire shot. Tuna dodges it.
3 minutes to go for ELSR to win.
07's got to make something happen very quickly. They're allowing the opposing team. All 3 caps are ticking. That puts us a very fast timer on a game.
That's right. And
I'm a little surprised that we're not seeing Ace move up here.
I was just going to comment on that. At this point, you need, and you can see it now, SCT score full speed, going to C. He just laid down a smoke for Oxymoron to advance as well. He's going straight into C as quickly as possible. He should get there in time. And then over at A, BFK also making full speed for A.
Yeah.
But you're right, Ace needs to get into B as well.
07 really needs to go full send here. Time's ticking. 2 minutes to go.
Question is Peach. Can 07 take Peach down? He's at 20k, just popped his super heal again. Here comes Venezia Sap. And Petro AP.
Some
Look
good
at
hits
that
there.
damage. Yeah.
6-7k, a solid hit. Even if BFK just sits in the cap and holds these points back, that is a big have for 07. He does get into the cap.
Yep. Ace now making full speed for B cap, not using engine boost, not available yet. But he's getting broadside shots into Peach.
Well, but did they know that Steven is on his broadside, I wonder?
Something wrong is going to take a torp from SAT? Maybe? No, I think it'll be okay.
Big St. Vincent
fixing it
AP
back
sub
in.
out at Peach, but not coming over. Peach now down onto 2k and falling. His next heal is too far away. If they can get shells on him, they can get the kill.
Oh, yeah, they got him.
Just a matter of landing the shells.
Here comes right now.
There we go.
That's a
07
huge
up
kill.
a kill.
Huge
Now,
kill for
can they
07.
preserve Ace as John moves up towards the B cap as well? I think Zath. They've got to preserve Ace while continuing to push from A. They need to try and kill Liguri and possibly even Quincy. Both of those ships possible kills here. They can see Quincy.
Big hit on
Wait
Quincy
for the
just
SAP.
now.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the SAP salvo from the Venezia.
Oh,
Here it
yeah.
comes. He dodges it.
Yeah, very good dodge.
Wow.
But-
Cut his throttle and dodged it.
But he's got an island in front of him, so that's oof. Ace goes down though.
Yep. Ace's last torpedo over there, missing Steven as well. As now John is in the cap, taking big hits from the St. Vincent AP in the bow.
Nice hit from that.
They're going to be able to bag Quincy here in a moment. There he goes.
Mm-hmm.
But John is just absolutely getting wrecked. There he goes.
Oxymoron.
Mospa AP. Woo.
Right. Oxymoron continuing to be pushed south. So it's SAT by himself really at C. But I'm curious how they're gonna handle Oguri's Petropavlovsk here. It's a 3-on-1. Oguri just needs to hold and live.
Tiantian's going to dodge torpedoes. SAT's going to pick up C. 3 minutes to play, but 07 is still down 400 points. They have got to pick up a kill. Actually, they really need to pick up several kills here.
Well, they can possibly make that happen. Hu Tao moving forward now, realizing he can't afford to give that broadside.
Nope. Problem is, I don't think this... I mean, Oguri, they'll be able to kill Oguri, but it's going to take them so long. By the time they do, the Petro's going to be staring them in the face. I mean...
look at Steven. Here's Steven Shells
Steven's
right
coming.
now.
Missing.
Yeah.
Whiffed it all.
But they don't know he's there yet.
I think the shells probably gave it away.
Probably.
They do bag Oguri. That buys them a little more time. 07 up a ship now. On 2 caps. But man, they're just... It feels like this kind of took a little too long to come together, Zath.
Yeah, we'll have to see. As Hu Tao and the Mosfa coming out now and catching Tunicam on radar.
Yep. Tuna's going to have a little bit of cover as he moves off to his port, though. He's going to have to take at least 1 salvo, like that.
That's a big
He's
salvo.
out of heels.
Yeah.
That's a big salvo. Yeah. At this point, I don't think they can defend A because Hu Tao is going to rotate right back through Thunderdome into A, Zath.
And Tian is grabbing C right now, so they're going to get all 3 caps once again.
Yep.
Something Wrong is healthier than Oxymoron over at the 10 line.
Yeah, I mean, 07 in general is way upside down on health, and just Steven's existence still in the game more or less dictates that.
Yeah, and look at how many heals he has.
Oh, wow. He hasn't even burned one.
No.
That's crazy.
That's the ultimate flex right there, folks.
So now you have to wonder if you're...
Single torpedo.
Yeah, I see it. It's a... BFK's Hydro is up. He knows it's there. Is he going to dodge it? He's going to bear... Yep, he's going to juke it down the starboard side. And now I think what do you do? Do you try for the ram? I don't think he's going to get there.
It's not... Yeah. Look at all those shells that just disappeared. Right into BFK.
60 seconds now from an ELSR win here in Game 3.
Comes another single fire torpedo for Dolphin Princess.
SAT has completely given up on B. They're trying to focus the St. Vincent out and maybe try to get onto B at the same time. Hu Tao is still got plenty of radar. They've got 20 seconds to kill this St. Vincent. His next heal is 40 seconds away.
I love Hu Tao's positioning, by the way. If you look at, he's backed up, just ready to go.
He doesn't need to go get the cap. I think they're going to kill Steven just in the nick of time.
10
Zath.
seconds. 9 seconds. I think it will happen.
Like they're going to kill him right in the nick of time.
There
3
it
seconds
goes.
they do. Wow, as they step onto B.
No! Look at the torpedo on BFK.
90 seconds, time ticking away. It's not going to matter.
No.
Game goes the full 20 minutes. Oh, they get I think they got SAT right at the very end to push it over to 1,000. Wow.
What a battle. Oof. We're starting today off the right way, Raptor.
Woo, goodness gracious. What a game. What a game. You know, my chat was commenting a little about Mad Dog. Like, man, talk about somebody who's having a rough day, you know? Running into that destroyer assassination squad in Game 2, and here in Game 3, taking... Honestly, I don't even think those torpedoes were meant for him. I think they were meant for the Venezia.
Yes.
And he stumbled into them, and he's the first kill of the day in both games. That's rough.
It is, but that's all part of King of the Sea.
Indeed.
Anything can and will happen. So, hats off to both teams. ELSR coming up 2-1 now over 07. Next game, it's do or die for 07.
Yep. Backs to the wall. We'll see you guys in game 4 in just a few minutes. Let's throw it back to Prague.
Action stations.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Game 4 of 07 versus ELSR. This is our finals for NA. Whoever wins goes to first place? No, they duke it out for first and second.
Top of the winners bracket, but the grand final will be played later today.
Right. So, let's take a look here at 07. They have double St. Vincent's. They've got a Moskva, a Des Moines Raptor. Take a look at, there's a second Des Moines. Take a look at BFK's Nevsky with your fancy, handy-dandy tool. And take a look at what I just noticed.
What?
No commander skills, no upgrades.
No modules.
Perhaps forgot to update that ship. Remember, these are all press accounts given to players. It could take hours for players to set up ships that they think they're going to need. Very possible that BFK forgot to set up a Nevsky because he wasn't expecting it.
Could be.
Yep. So, other destroyers, we have Gearing, and Ragnar. And let's take a look at ELSR. What do you got, Raptor?
Well, from the South Spawn, ELSR up 2 games to 1 here in this best of 5 series, bringing Vermont, St. Vincent, Des Moines, Howden-Liu, Nevsky, and Stalingrad. I'll be curious to see what position they put the Howden-Liu in. Although we did see them yesterday on Northern Waters using that Howden-Liu over on that little island on the 1 line near the A cap. So maybe that's where Luger's headed again. Fronted by Gearing, Marceau, and Ragnar. Gearing Ragnar over here headed to C. And then the Marceau headed to A. And as we saw yesterday, they are completely ignoring the B cap for the moment. Yeah, Zath, we're both responding to the same thing.
Oh, good times.
All right. Well, again, we saw ELSR do this yesterday. They split up 4 to C, 5 to A, ignore B, and we're seeing that again. 07 taking a bit more of a balanced deployment, but you're seeing here, this is Oxy's Des Moines, Mad Dog's Gearing, and Tuna's Ragnar going to play the B cap. Looks like Peyton and Fred's Des Moines are going to be the only people over here to kind of play the A cap, hold back,
Whoa.
bit of a kite flank or whatever.
Look at this. Mad Dog smoking Oxymoron's Des Moines straight into B.
This is a bold play, Cotton.
What are we seeing here?
Well, you say straight into B, but they're J-hooking it, Zath.
Yeah,
they're
they
turning
are.
him already.
BFK also now being smoked. Detected early. I wonder if he realized his mistake, as he also has no combat flags.
So no flags, no modules, no captain skills for BFK in this particular match. That feels like a particular miss, as SAT score now potentially wandering into these gearing torpedoes. Oh, he's going to be well in front of
He'll
those.
be fine.
Yeah, he'll be okay.
It is something I often talk about on my replay streams, is you don't need all the captain skills to make a game work. They help, but
Yes.
it's
Now,
all down to the player and the ship.
You know, Zath, something I said to you between games was that I didn't feel like maybe 07 had done a great job of focusing out some of these, one of the softer battleships. Those St. Vincent's are pretty soft, right?
Do you think I heard us?
In the last game, and now look at what they're doing to Steven here early in his Vermont, back here on the G line, just absolutely hammering him as quickly as possible.
It's interesting seeing him in a Vermont, because he's been in Ohio this series. He's also been in, of course, the St. Vincent. I felt like the best he was at was either the Ohio or the St. Vincent. So
each team ticking up a cap here early. The ELSR kind of push here to the A side of the map, obviously working, as Peyton is also getting heavily farmed here in basically what amounts to a 5v1.
So which team can farm out the opponent's battleship first?
My money's going to go to 07 here, simply because Peyton has speed boost and print a new ship button. Now, Steven is dark back there. They don't have eyes on him at the moment. And Peyton's not going to be able to go dark because Kukuri's Marceau easily going to be able to trail him and keep him lit.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Peyton's almost kind of left out to dry here, right? I mean, he's all by himself. I mean, Grass-fed Fred is, I guess, kind of ready to trap door as a Des Moines, but
I think Fred's position obviously there meant to keep them from wrapping around the northern end of the cap, but it's a position that is a little tenuous. Ooh,
Aguri
took
takes
some
a
torps.
torpedo. Yeah. From the
Yeah,
gearing.
was it just one? Looks like he took two.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I think he took two torpedoes. The gearing torps going through that gap. That was Mad Dog finally getting some revenge for his early exit in the last two games of this series.
That's right. Now, Grass-fed has been detected by radar, so ELSR does know that he exists there.
Yep. You're going to drop some bombs on him. Little Dutch airstrike action coming in.
Guri just got slapped from Peyton.
One of the things about these aggressive pushes, Zath, and we've seen it in this tournament and in others, is that, you know, sometimes they work. I mean, we watched it happen against this ELSR team yesterday, right? AP with an incredibly strong push on this map in game one really hammered these guys.
Absolutely.
But if the opposing team reacts to your push, your position well in a timely fashion, retreats in an orderly manner, and you know, comes up with good trades in terms of damage, sometimes that aggressive push can fall apart.
You're absolutely correct. And we can see there's an orderly retreat going on from ELSR on the other side of the map. And John the Ruthless is looking pretty aggressive with that Mosfa, pushing pretty far down that 10 line early on.
Yeah, I think they want to use him up there to make sure these guys don't entertain any ideas about trying to sneak back into this C cap later. As you can also see that Ace is starting to redeploy a bit, turning here along the D line, moving back towards mid.
It makes sense, right? There's no need to over push. Go back and try to blunt ELSR's advance.
Does seem like that is the play here. Peyton already 2 heals into his stack of 4, 40 seconds from the next one. Still lit. As Oguri starts to... Is Oguri... No, Oguri's holding.
He is.
Okay, yeah, these guys are stopped. But they are lit. Grass-fed's got his Hydra up for another 60 seconds so they can continue to shell Oguri.
Meanwhile, Mad Dog is coming back. It looks to me like he's getting ready to A, torpedo their advance and slow that down, and B, do something about that Marceau.
And Peyton's in trouble. Peyton's going to die.
Oh, yeah.
He's not going to make it to his next heal.
Yep.
Wow.
Too little, too late for Mad Dog's rotation. Now, is that worse than being the first dead Raptor? Trying to help a teammate and not being able to.
Yeah, I mean, it's rough, right? Like, I mean, Peyton made exactly the play that he should have made. I'm a little surprised Kukuri was able to shave off that HP as quick as he was at the end, but he did, and here we are.
As soon as Grass-fed was detected by that radar, Kukuri and the Marceau went straight to the 1 line, right to the map border. He's like, all right, I'm just going to go all the way around. And then he didn't care. He just held down left mouse button.
Yep.
As you do in the Marceau, I suppose, huh?
They brought Mad Dog back to kind of put these torpedoes out to discourage or punish this push around the end of the island here. And the torpedoes are going out, obviously not coming up with anything.
Yeah, bait was not taken. Now, Kukuri is opening up with his Marceau on Grass-fed's Marceau, Des Moines, and Oxymoron is coming into this too. So he's taking a 3-on-1 right now.
Well,
at least
yes and no. 2-on-1. Mad Dog is not chiming in. I think Kukuri is maybe regretting that decision for the moment.
Yeah, I don't think they knew that Oxymoron had rotated back like this.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know too many Destroyer players, myself included, who want to be under the concentrated fire of 2 different Des Moines.
However, something important to note is with Oxymoron opening up, now ELSR does know of that repositioning. It's one of my favorite tricks to do when I play Kyiv, especially in ranked, is I get the enemy team to spot me by shooting at me, and that just tells my team, hey, you know, go deal with these guys.
Well, it's about to get a little interesting here. Look at Luger's position.
Yeah.
He is spotted. They know he's there, so Fred now looking potentially someone behind him as well as someone on the other side of this island from him.
Yeah, Ace has a pretty decent shot on him right now. As you can see, Luger, trying to fall back into those bushes.
Trying to
Like,
pull a
like
Homer Simpson there, huh?
That's right.
Yeah. Like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done this. Although
Yeah.
Fred's getting just absolutely pounded. Who was that? Was that the Vermont taking shots at him? Yes.
Yep. Here comes some more.
Stevens Vermont dropping shells in on Fred. He's absolutely the focus target right now.
Quincy opening up on him too. So he's getting Marceau on one side, Ragnar on the other. And then Dutch Oven from above as well.
Absolutely. It's only a matter of time before they claim Fred. Now, 07 sitting on about a 50-point lead here as we cross the halfway mark of the game, but it's far from a comfortable lead, to put it lightly. Tien Tien stepping into B. In a moment, Fred will go down. That's going to give ELSR some breathing room.
Yeah, they're going to be down 2 ships now. All these assets trying to make their way out of A for ELSR. Mad Dog doing a nice job of trying to torpedo that exit area, as well as... Who is that? Oh, that's SAT score. Doing the same thing for the other exit from A.
Speaking of SAT, he's about to step onto B to prevent that cap from occurring, like so. So there we go. Both teams ticking up a cap. 40-point lead here for ELSR. I keep getting them backwards.
I just keep thinking DSLR in my mind, so yeah, I get it with
exactly,
you.
Exactly. Now, one of the things that we're not seeing here, like you're watching John duel something's Nevsky over here, kind of this little 10-line duel. There's a part of me, Zath, that feels like maybe they should have preserved John's ship, maybe move him back towards mid, and BFK, maybe a little gimped here because of the lack of captain skills and mods, maybe left him to hold the back door open at sea.
You know, it's a possibility. To me, the thing is, you have the opportunity to try to get behind, but it takes so long to get to that point. And once 07 rotated assets around to blunt the push instead of push themselves, that kind of limits what John can do.
Well, John's burning his last heal as Vermont and Stalingrad shells are going to start falling in here.
Oh, yeah. I think he needs to make like a tree and leaf.
Yeah, but I don't think it's going to matter. He's burning again. His next DCP is 40-something seconds away. There
is a bit of a push at B now forming as Tunican Sam's Ragnar goes to challenge Tien Tien with SAT score in support and BFK too.
Whole bunch of people. Yep, there goes Ruthless. 07 now down 3 ships. Can they pick up Tien Tien in exchange?
I think they will.
I think they will. They're certainly going to have an opportunity to. He's getting very low. He's about to drive out of that radar. More shells still falling in. 400 HP.
They got him.
They got him.
Wow.
They got him. Okay, that's a big kill for 07. That's going to keep them in this game. Only a 20-point difference here, despite them being upside down 2 ships.
That's right.
The enemy is about to win.
Tunican Sam coming under fire now as well.
Yeah. Tuna's in trouble.
He's
Needs
still
to go dark.
Yeah, he's still firing.
Lit. He's still shooting.
That's what I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I'm a little... Okay, he's finally dark. There we go. I mean, he's got 1 heal left, but it doesn't do him any good if he... Oh, he's radared and he's going to ground himself.
I was looking at him, and then I see this circle just start showing up, and I'm like...
Yep, you too, huh? You saw... It's like the Jaws theme. Dun, 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 dun. There he goes. Dun, 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 dun.
All right.
Yep.
Well...
Down 3 ships again. 07 on the back foot.
Yeah.
Staring the loser's bracket in the face here.
Yep.
Oh, BFK just getting hammered by the Vermont shells.
ELSR
coming right through the deck.
Starting to finally feel comfortable, I think, with getting out of that A area. They technically don't need to, although Kukuri is detected in the Marceau. But he doesn't care.
Well, you say that, but again, the cap advantage still has 07 ahead on the timer.
Yeah.
So at the moment, technically, to win, 07, I mean, ELSR still has to make a play.
Yep. Keeping those 3 ships bottled up at A means losing all that board positioning.
Quincy's Ragnar is coming to B.
Mm-hmm.
And about the time that he gets there, Oxy's radar is going to be available. That's going to be a big pickup. They're going to need to defend the B cap if they want to stay in this game.
Yeah,
they cannot allow. They can't surrender it.
Look at BFK.
SAT's lit.
BFK's going down right there.
Oh, SAT's lit. BFK is out. That's a catastrophic loss.
That's a big point swing already.
It's a huge point swing. Now SAT's really hung out to dry as both Ace and Oxy are trapped behind this island. Not able to support, not able to help. There's Ace getting a salvo downrange.
Yeah, good hit on Quincy.
A solid hit on Quincy, but not enough to put him out as SAT burning here. 600, he's gonna burn out before his DCP comes back up, Zath.
Yep.
And when he does, ELSR is gonna be seconds from win.
There it is.
9 seconds. It's going to be a 3-1 game here for ELSR. They are going to win the winner's bracket and be undefeated in regular play in King of the Sea 14 here on North America.
What a series.
Wow.
That's, yeah, wow.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, what else can you say there? 07 looked so strong in game 1, right? And then for like the remainder of the games, just didn't really feel that way, did it?
No. You know, I mean, obviously there's mistakes made here and there and stuff. I think, unfortunately, in this last crucial battle, perhaps the you know, the lack of realization of commander skills, upgrades, and flags meant that 07 was forced to kind of fight, you know, kind of with 8.5 ships perhaps, or with, you know, they did do their best to try to maximize their use of him, you know, by keeping him safe and all that too. So they did try to make it work at least.
Yeah, and I think, I mean, that's the thing, is that it radically impacts how you can deploy that ship and what it can achieve, right? Especially when you start talking about upgrades. The flags in general fairly minor, but some of those upgrades, especially like, you know, reload mod 3. Concealment, absolutely. Concealment, those those slot 5 and 6 modules are huge in terms of impacting how a ship can perform.
Absolutely. So concealment module plus concealment expert for commander skill, the two of them together, that's huge.
Yeah, that's huge. All right, well, we'll throw it back to Prague, and I think we have some losers bracket games to cast here before we come back for the grand finals. We'll see you guys again shortly.
Sounds good.